Hey there! You ever hear about someone who quietly changed the world just by listening, walking, and being kind? Let me tell you the story of Peter Faber, a guy whose journey began in a tiny peasant village in the Duchy of Savoy back in 1506, and who ended up shaping history alongside giants. Picture this, young Peter, born into a humble farming family, already showing off a memory that could rival any smartphone today. His parents saw something special, scraped together what they could and sent him to Paris, the big city, the center of learning. And it was there, in the bustling halls of the University of Paris, that Faber's life took a turn. At university, Faber didn't just study, he made friends. But not just any friends. He met Ignatius of Loyola and Francis Xavier. Yeah, those names ring a bell, right? Together, these three would go on to found the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, a group that would shape the world's spiritual landscape for centuries. Faber was the first of them to become a priest. But what made him stand out wasn't fiery speeches or big debates. No, Faber had a different superpower: listening. He'd sit down with anyone, rich, poor Catholic, Protestant, and just talk, or better yet, he'd listen. He used his gift to guide people through the spiritual exercises, a set of meditations and prayers that Ignatius developed. These weren't just rituals, they were opportunities for deep, personal change. But Faber wasn't content to stay put. He hit the road, traveling all over Europe, Germany, Spain, Portugal, even walking vast distances on foot. This was during the Protestant Reformation, when religious divisions ran deep. Now, a lot of people responded with arguments or even anger, but not Faber. Instead, he focused on dialogue, real conversations without judgment. He believed change started from within, and that kindness was more powerful than winning debates. He even worked with Protestants, looking for unity instead of conflict. Imagine the courage and humility that took. Of course, all that walking and talking took a toll. In 1546, at just 40 years old, Faber died in Rome, exhausted from his travels and relentless commitment. But his legacy was just getting started. Centuries later, Pope Pius IX beatified him, and in 2013, Pope Francis, who's a big fan, canonized Faber as a saint, recognizing his quiet but powerful impact on the Church and the world. Today, Peter Faber's feast day is celebrated on August 2nd. His legacy lives on in the institutions that bear his name, like the Peter Faber School of Business in Australia and the Faber Center for Ignatian Spirituality at Marquette University. But honestly, the real legacy? It's the example he left us how to change the world, not with force but with understanding. To look for common ground, to guide others gently, and to always, always lead with kindness. So next time you think only the loudest voices make a difference, remember Peter Faber, the saint who listened.